Daniel Chica with thefightforliberty.com. As always, thank you for your support. We will be going live at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern, out live on the field, seeing the polls and reporting, so on and so forth. So join us then on YouTube. We're going to have a mashup of everybody else's election night. We're going to have Rogan's and Crowder's and all that on a mashup of ours. Hopefully we don't get copyrighted for that, but that remains to be seen. But right now is a crucial time in the election point. Nancy Pelosi just stated that she believes that Biden will be the winner no matter what the vote tally is. Yes, that's right. Go check on the MSN headlines, so on and so forth. It's all there. She also stated a few months back that they're going to have their own separate inauguration if the president refuses to leave, whatever that means. This election is so important, folks, because we are seeing the literal Communist Manifesto from Karl Marx, socialism, so on and so forth, play in front of our eyes. Yes, free public education and free public health care and the limit of anything privatized is a Communist Manifesto idea from Karl Marx. It's right in the book, the Communist Manifesto, which is like the handbook for communism. It states that they want to limit privatization completely and provide free education, such as free college, so on and so forth, which is taking out of your tax dollars, your money that you earn. And speaking of taxes, we need to drain the swamp. If there's libertarian candidates that are more appealing than these red-blooded rhino Republicans, or black-blooded, frankly, because they don't have the interests of the people in mind, they have special interests such as Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham, who I believe that need to be voted out, and I hope Mitch is voted out along with Pelosi and those other criminal Democrats. Yes, Joe Biden is in bed with China. We saw the Hunter Biden tapes. We've seen things like that. And he is being controlled by Soros, special interest groups, big bankers, and the media, academia, and Hollywood, as well as Chinese communists and globalists. That's why he's a perfect candidate to run for them. Because he's a career politician, folks. And career politicians need to be voted out this election. And if there's a career Republican who is not meeting your basic needs, vote for that libertarian candidate if there is one. If not, vote red if that's your only option. Because the Democrats, folks, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are playing out the Communist Manifesto right in front of our eyes. That's what's happening. And those are the basic facts, folks. You can look at the 10 Pillars of Communism from Karl Marx, and you can see free public health care, some of the things that, free public education, some of the things that Biden has, ban all weapons. All of that is in the Communist Manifesto. Well, most of it is. Some of it's not. Some of it, he appears as a capitalist, being controlled by socialists, communists, special interest groups, career politicians like Kamala Harris, the Clintons influenced, Soros, and especially communist China. We will not have a nation if we have open borders. And that's exactly what's in the Communist Manifesto too. They want a nation with no borders, so we do not have a country anymore, folks. That is the fact. This is my last plea to these leftists or people who are on the fence. We need to protect freedom of speech because we are being limited by people like Jack Dorsey, CEO of Twitter, who is meddling in the election, people like Mark Zuckerberg, who is meddling in the election, and we need to stop this. We need to stop this meddling, this insanity of censorship, of oppression, yes, oppression and suppression of the First Amendment and the Second Amendment. It needs to stop now. And if you don't believe in protecting your family, that's fine. But when crap hits the fan, you're not going to be able to protect yourself or your family, and you're going to be helpless. Excuse me. You're going to be helpless. Now I sound like Biden. You're going to be, Biden has dementia. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that right now. Biden has dementia, folks. He has dementia. It's just a thing, okay? Frankly, it's a thing. We hope that we see a red victory. We hope we see the president take it. But they're saying, analysts are saying, that the president may have a landslide election night. But then all those ballot harvesting, as Tulsi Gabbard talked about in her video recently, is going to come in, all those absentees and all those mail-in ballots, and all of a sudden Biden's going to be the miraculous winner because there's going to be mass amounts of voter fraud. I called this out 2 years ago when we were in intelligence media, when we said that Biden would rig the election. And that's exactly what they're planning, folks. And it's going to be riots. It's going to be chaos no matter who wins, no matter who loses. America is on its last breath, its deathbed. And it will be sold out to the Chinese communists day one if Joe Biden wins. So Democrats or people who are on the fence, that's what you're going against. That's what you're voting for, is communism. And they say, well, it's a conspiracy. This is right out of the Communist Manifesto, folks. Look it up, the 10 Pillars of Communism on Google. You can find them like that. You will see that free healthcare, public education, free college is part of the Communist Manifesto. I'm Daniel Chico. We hope you join us at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time for our election night broadcast. And hopefully it will not be limited by the tech overlords at frickin' Google. We probably won't go on Facebook because they said they're going to ban people for this, or mute and shadow ban people for sharing information about the election. So we will see what happens. Something crazy might happen in the next few days leading up to the election. More Hunter Biden stories, or maybe something against the president. We will see. But I am Daniel Chico and signing off. We hope you can join us then.